one by one. And so hopefully Orbit will go in aggressive and not be too afraid to push.
And we're going to go on board with Watson for the start. Watson from Orbit has been playing amazing throughout the all event. And the first points are actually going to go to Orbit. It looks quite close. Tommy's on a streak already, but it's JT finally inside the outer point in the 2-kill streak. And he's going to have a lot of work here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to make some big plays here. They've got wood control, which is exactly what they need. And
big plays out of JT here.
Big two-piece right there, but Jake follows it with a two-piece of his own. And does he know there's one bottom wood, or top wood in fact? He makes the kill, big three-piece right there. And look how close he's to streaks right now. That is a huge play. If he can play for these streaks right now, he could be crucial.
That is a really smart play. Bad timing here, and I don't really know why he tried to run. Maybe he was trying to knife, but that maybe wasn't the best timing to reload his weapon. Anyway, it's going to be Mohawk inside the hard point now, and he's going to have a lot of work again. Infused spawned out and going... everyone literally jumped into the hard point, and that's what you see from these teams. Infused, Absalom, that really aggressive teams. They push together, and maybe that's the difference with like the lower teams like Orbit. You see them jumping they literally jump in the hard point one after each other.
That middle hard point is very scrappy. It's more about, you know, just trying to make the kills you can, but the 30 seconds you want to be getting a rotation. Orbit have got that rotation down to a T. They're leading by 20 points, and they have hill control with 50 seconds left. This is a great opportunity for them to get a good lead here, but he gets shut down at the anchor point by Vintage. That is a key play, because here is by far the best area to control for the first 40 seconds of this hill. It is a lot easier to control and shut down the alley, but we want to think in about 15 seconds time, do we want to push the alleyway and try and get the next hill?
Very bad spoons for Orbit. As you can see, Watson literally goes through the entire map before he can help his teammates, and outpoint's going to go in Infused ends. And Jake on the 3-kill streak. Jake has been playing quite well on this outpoint so far. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Jake 9-4, and Tommy having a quite bad map for now. Josh as well. Yeah. It's really not something we're used to. 1-6 and 2-6.
But, you know, look at Jesse again, top, and Jake throughout this weekend has been slaying very well for Infused as well. So there's no surprise to see them two top. But this Granny Hill, we all know, anybody who plays Call of Duty Black Ops 2, how important this Granny Hill is. An early rotation, you can get 60 seconds off of this hill. So we'll see how good Orbit can set up right now. They've got one tractor, one back alley, one yellow. That's pretty much the perfect setup. Yeah,
again, Orbit first into the hard point, making the nice rotation, and they are still in the lead. 30 points lead now for Orbit. Jord going on the 3-kill streak, and I can hear the screaming going across the room, and it really shows how much Orbit are pumped up for this game.
Well, they're holding this off really well right now. They've already had at least 30 seconds as the clock comes down right now. 2 more kills right there. So, like we said, you know, they've rotated twice now. They've beaten him off rotation twice. Infused need to get ahead. They need to stop trying to chase dead ends, get ahead on the rotation.
They're running after the rotation. Exactly. They're running after Orbit, and Orbit, they are literally fooling the kill fit right now, but Infused finally manages to get into the hard point. But it's only 12 seconds left. They're only getting the leftover of every single hard point, so it's a big problem for them that they go Sota, and yet again, Orbit after rotation.
Yep, well, pretty much what happened there is Infused chased the last 20 seconds, got the kills, but in doing so, they blocked the spawn at the old hard point and gave Orbit a good spawn at the new one, and they're still 40 points behind with Orbit having control. So like we were saying, that if you fall behind in hard point, it's hard to come back if you keep trying to chase the scrap time. You need to try and get ahead on rotation, but at the end of the day, they're behind and they need the points. But as you can see right now, battle's going off at the back of here. If we can see what's going on there, there's Infused players. All 4 Infused players pushing the back here, which is crucial. This is the area you need to control for this hill. Can Vintage make something happen here? Can he get the kill? It looks like his teammates managed to take him down. There's two players taking down Vintage's last hope to break this hill. He's got support from his teammate. They're going to try and push together and pinch.
Big kills from Infused. I think Vintage just got his streaks as well.
Yeah, big plays out of them right there.
Big plays from Vintage.
They managed to get a lot of numbers in that area there. It looks like they had a
But they're still 60 points back in the lead. And like, literally, I feel like Infused is not getting the hype they should get, because they are playing for second place right now. They are the EGL reigning champion, and they are making mistakes they shouldn't be doing. I think not having those rotations is not normal for Infused. They know how to play the game, but they are not doing it.
Once again, Orbit once again first in the next hard point, and they've gone up 50 seconds into the lead. If they can hold this hill, you'd have to think the chances are really good right now. But there's 2 people broken wall. As you can see, Orbit still have wood control, which is absolutely crucial, but more crucial than that, they're spawning Granny, which they do not
Jake
want. But
missing out on his streaks again. He's just really like challenging out of nothing.
They're really dominating the first like 30 seconds of every hill, which is absolutely crucial. That's the most important time on any hill. And they're making the kills at the start, but Jake has an answer for that. Infused have full control right now. Nice, pretty much the perfect spawn. He's going to try and do what he can, make some more kills, and looks like they've all been shut down.
A nice setup from Infused there. You can see Jake on the 4-kill streak, Vintage on the 3-kill streak. Our point is currently contested, and it's still going to go in Infused's favor. Infused really got all this one and the next one. They need to get that early rotation if they want to come back into this game. They got a 50 points deficit, and they really got to come back now. Oh, it's really going to cost them.
So I think what has happened here is they've probably realised that they've been behind on every single hill on rotation, but this time Infused said, you know what, we're going to rotate extra early. They've got 3 people at the next hill. They've let Orbit have the last 10 seconds, which doesn't matter. If they can hold this first part of this hill, that's crucial, but Josh is going to be trying to hold that area right now, but there's one below. Big plays out with Jake.
And again, you don't have spawn
so
control.
Well this event, Jake. He's been slain so well inside hard points.
Yep.
And can Jake make another big play? Yes, he can, but George shuts him down. Vintage with the airstrike, and Tommy follows up with another kill as well. That's going to allow Infused to have full control. And Orbit are going to be pushing from the shop area, which is perfect for Infused. If they want to rotate for Granny, they'll want to keep that back alley spawn so they can rotate a lot quicker, because if Orbit keeps spawning at that shop area, it's so much harder to rotate in a quick fashion.
Tommy really close from his streaks, trying to stay alive, but again challenges and doesn't get his streaks. There's so many streaks that Infused could have had, and like it would really have helped them. But every single time they went and challenged. I don't really know why, and I feel like Infused is doing a lot of mistakes, but they're still coming back into this game. They were in 60 points deficit. It's going to be pretty even going into next hard point. But again, I think Orbit is going to have the rotation on this one, and they do really need it because they haven't had control of an hard point for a long time now.
Yeah, so like we said, I mean, Infused rotated early there. Now they're only 10 points behind, so it just shows, you know, rotating early is key. But Orbit once again have got the full setup on Granny, and Watson's holding down at the tractor. Can he make some kills top mid and try and support his teammates in the middle? Looks like he's going to just exchange shots for now. But if they can stay alive and keep this setup, you're going to have to think that their chances are going to be great. If they can get a good 40 seconds off this hill, they're going to have a big lead. Could be a 70 or 80 point lead.
I think Infused got to break this one, really.
Yeah, they have to. As you can see, Watson coming off spawn back alley, be calling out to his teammates that the rest of Infused are coming road, which they are. 3 teammates of Infused spawning roads. This is going to be tough for them to break.
And
but big players
doing
out
the
Jake
rotation
right there,
already.
once again, he's going huge for Infused. He's definitely keeping them in this game. He's making all the crucial plays, and he's going to try and rack up this last 20 points, which will put them behind by around 20 seconds, which is definitely not enough for Orbit to relax in any way, shape or form.
Morg is going to be the player to watch. He's got someone coming on his side, not going to challenge. Well played there, smart play, trying to stay alive to LP his team and not spawn out. Currently, Orbit control of that spawn, and it's going to rotate to that hard point as well. And if Orbit can hold this hard point, they're going to be in a very good situation to win this game.
Well, they've got a pretty good setup right now. They've got 1 boxes, 1 in the hill, 2 back anchor, which is pretty much a good setup. But Tommy making a big kill at boxes. He might be able to pinch it. He's probably going to wait for his teammates to push around the side, but it looks like he's going to go solo.
Orbit just spawned out, so it's really...
Shut down himself. He's going to try and pinch. Big plays out Infused. Perfect pinch right there. That is how you pinch a hill right there. Fantastic plays. And JT and for trying to push him from the box side. But what they've got to be careful of here is trying to push the boxer side. Are they going to feed them streaks for the next hills? Tommy getting 2 kills, Jake getting 1.
Oh.
Tommy getting 3 kills right there, but Watson coming up big with 2 piece as well.
And he's got to have someone behind him if he can make one more
kill. This is a big kill. These are big kills right now. Gets shut down by Josh. Absolutely huge play by Josh, because if he got the streaks there for the middle hill, that would have been huge.
And I'm going to tell you, Ash, it's probably going to go down to that last hard point again. I can see it right now. Orbit at a 20-point lead, but it's been really close for the past 2 minutes. At the start, Orbit was really dominating this game, but Infused making really good plays as well.
Vintage getting 10 key points in the end of that hill. People will think that's only 10 points, but it's not. He's stopping the other team getting 10 points, and you're gaining 10 points. That's 20 points in effect. So a big play by Vintage there. Very close, so it could be a game changer for Infused here. If he gets these streaks here, it's going to allow them to get a lot more control when rotating for the last hard point. Another big kill. 1 more kill for score streaks. This is big for Vintage. If you can get these, you'd have to think that Infused are favourites to take this map.
But Orbit still in the control of the hard point, but Josh comes in, not going to be able to control the hard point, but Vintage with the streaks is going to be very important, and it could be the game decider.
Well, they're only 10 points behind right now, 35 seconds left on this hill, so they'll very much be focusing on this hill. Vintage gets full strength, there's no doubt he'll be spamming that little grenade launcher right now, just making sure they hold down as many points as they can on that hill. But as you can see, Orbit realising they need to rotate, get this last hill.
Oh, very smart play off Orbit right now. They really need the rotation. They know they can't really get this one, but they know if they get the next one, they'll still be able to win this map. It's going to be really tough, because with Vintage having score streaks and Josh being into the hard point, I can't really see how it could go in Orbit's favour right now.
Orbit falling behind, but look at the spawn that Josh just got, and look at the spawn that one of the Orbit players got as well. Infused managed to beat them off rotation and get the key kills. These are going to be key exchanges right now. This is going to decide this map. Who can win these gunfights right now is going to decide if Infused win this map or not. Big kill out of Vintage right there.
Good so far.
2 down, 3 down. You've got to think this is going to be over with the streaks as well. JT gets shut down. They're all coming through shop. As soon as Infused find out that they're all coming shop, this should be game over.
Yeah, it's probably going to be game over in 10 seconds if Infused can hold this. And it's going to be Infused walking with another map. Again, they've been behind all game, and they just catched up mid-game.
Yeah.
Stayed in back, and like literally clutched it in the end. Tommy going big, 9 kill streak, Vintage as well. I think really, again, it's about clutch time, and Infused really showed why they are the EGL reigning champion.
The rotation kills as well. They made the key rotation kills at the end, which is exactly what they needed to do, because like we said at the start, Orbit had the first 4 or 5 hills, making all the rotation kills, getting control, and that's why they were leading. But Infused really stepped up, got a lot of score streaks, made a lot more kills on rotation, and that's why they brought it back, and pretty much in the end won by, what,
They realized their mistakes. Jake and Tomei going really big.
Jake once again. He's putting up big numbers this weekend.
Jake has been playing well all hard point from the start to the end. I've seen him like really on streak scores all the time. And it's been quite even. It's a really close game, but so far the score is 5-2 to Infused, so they only need one more map to go into the grand final, meet Epsilon again. Orbit, again, they are down the wall, nothing to lose. I believe it hard to make a comeback right now, and you could be right with your prediction. It could be 6-3 to Infuse. I see Orbit winning this S&D though.
Well, I think that you could see Infuse there. They're kind of enjoying themselves right now. They've got a 5-2 lead, free game cushion, and they'll be pretty confident going to S&D. But like I said, Orbit, a very strong S&D team. They're not one to be underestimated. And this is the kind of map where S&D is completely different to CTF and Hardpoint. It's not so much about height, but more about keeping your strategies and making sure you stick to the rushes that you have in place.
Anticipation as well.
Exactly, but because Orbit, they know that Infused don't need one more map, will they be a bit more cautious? Will they not be aggressive? Will Infused be a bit more aggressive and try and take control of the bomb sites a lot quicker? But they look pretty down right there. I mean, I don't know what kind of team they are, if they're based off hype or not, but hopefully they can kind of get their heads in the game. Forget about those last 2 maps, because like they said, S&D is a strong point for this team. So if they can win this map, get a bit of momentum going into the CTF standoff, then who knows? Who
knows what could happen. Jordan Watson really needs to get out. I've seen some of their games earlier. They're really screaming a lot. So I think it's important that they pull a great show here if they want to keep on and stay alive in this game. You cannot rule any team out on Black Ops 2. We've seen insane comebacks, and that would be an insane win. 5-2 going into this map. What are you going to be your predictions for this S&D?
Well, I said before, didn't I, that I think Infused will take the first 2 maps, and they have, and I think that Orbit will take the S&D, and then Infused will finish it off. But they're looking very dominant. They're looking very dominant. I mean, I know they only won by 40 points, but once they started to sort their rotations out, they got ahead so easily. Yeah. Once they adapted to how Orbit were playing, that's when they really took control. So I think the first few rounds are going to decide this game. If Infused get the first 2 rounds, Orbit's heads are going to drop, and there's no doubt that it's pretty much going to be game over from there on.
Now going into Melon, I think it's quite an interesting map, because it's 2 different strategies going into the B area or the A area. What can you tell me about it?
It's a very unique S&D